is, what should the PDP leadership do to address this conflict? What do you think they should do, apart from what they're doing now, or should they continue with what they're doing right now? What should they do to address this conflict? All right, my guest is a former Rivers State spokesperson for the Atiku campaign organization. That's Mr. Leelonu Nwibubasa, and he joins us via the telephone. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this afternoon, sir. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Nwibubasa.
The background is so noisy that I can barely hear you.
Wow. I wonder what's making it noisy. It's very clear on my end. Is there something I'm supposed to do? Is it clearer now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's clearer now. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so very quickly, we all already know what the story is and what the issues are. But just to run through what the update is that we have in our news with regards to the issues in the PDP that has to do with the former governor of the state, that's Nyesom Wike. So we have a story that the PDP governors have urged security agencies to take note of the threats by the FCT minister Nyesom Wike to cause political crisis in the state of any governor who tries to interfere in the affairs of the party here in Rivers State. Now, a statement by the Director General of the PDP Governors Forum, Emmanuel Agbo, said threats to peaceful coexistence made by Mr. Wike to put fire in the both states are unbridled and irresponsible. That's on one hand. And then yesterday it was in the news that today is that the party's disciplinary committee is expected to meet with Mr. Wike over anti-party activities. Now, the very first question I would like to hear you answer me, of course, that has to do with what's going on in the PDP. Is this like too late to start addressing this particular issue of the former governor of Rivers State and his whether anti-party activities or statements that may not be in tandem with what the party would like him to say?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's too late. I would rather say it is late, but it is better late than never.
Okay.
And I have said on other media platforms sometime last week, when we look at the actions of Barrister Nyesom Wike in the PDP and in Rivers State, when we look at it in isolation, as if it is the attitude or characteristics of a man, then we may be missing the very deeper problem that his utterances, behavior, and innuendos must have caused. I have said it very clearly that the actions of the former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, is danger to democracy. It is danger to institutions of democracy. It is danger to the practice of democracy. And this must be taken clearly because functional political parties are needed for a thriving democracy. And for any man to work so hard like Nyesom Wike has done to destroy PDP in the past 2 years, it is obvious that that man is seeking to suffocate democracy and annihilate the government that has to be the government of the people. And so PDP as a party, having constituted a disciplinary committee, must, as a matter of urgency, understand that they are not dealing with just an individual, but they are dealing with an ideology that is dangerous to democracy, which former Governor Wike represents. And so they must look at the plethora of evidence that is against him, which of course is in public glare. They don't need any investigation to come up with the things that this man has done, not just to the PDP, but also to the survival of democracy in this country. The incidents in Rivers State tells you, between him and the present governor, His Excellency Sasim Fubara, that this man is poised to destroy democratic institutions by the way he has used the former House of Assembly members, and of course, the ex-local government chairman, to try to truncate democracy in Rivers State. Beyond that, you will agree with me that on the orders of the FCT minister and by his unholy alliance and relationship with the IGP, the local government secretaries of Rivers State are still under police occupation against every democratic norms, against a court judgment that has laid aside any extension of tenure for local government chairmen. Is there any area, is it procurement of all kind of injunctions from the courts? The actions of former Governor Wike has touched the executive, has touched the legislature, has touched the judiciary, and these are very key organs of any democracy. And so he must be x-rayed in that light. An appropriate punishment has to be meted on him as a party man who has derailed, having benefited from this party immensely, rising from chairman of council to chief of staff to minister to governor. It is expected that such a man would have been grateful to the platform that threw him up into limelight. Rather, because he couldn't get the presidential ticket, he decided that PDP must go into a permanent eclipse just to fulfill his own selfish desire.
Now, here's what I'm... Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you know, from the way you sound, right, you make it seem as though the man has left the PDP and he left making a mess of the party. He's still a member of the party, and he has over time said he's not leaving. So what makes you think that he wants to destroy the party that he has chosen to remain in?
Well, I am not thinking. I am making it clear to everyone who knows about his antecedents and trajectory in the past 2 years about this party that the man is not only a danger to PDP or has not only endangered the party, but is a danger to democracy. First of all, people are not with you because they say they are. People are with you when they show that they are.
But when it comes to politics, right? Party politics, it's not about what you say. If you are a card-carrying member of a party, a political party, you are a member.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. As of today, the former governor of Rivers State cannot be said to be a member of PDP. He still calls himself a member of PDP because the leadership of PDP, who ought to be enforcers and implementers of the constitution of the party, has been docile.
All right, Mr. Nwibubasa, please hold on. We need to go on a commercial break. We'll be right back.
For more talk, news and sports.
My name is Constance. All right, so we're still talking about the, what's it called now? PDP governors and Wike's threats. And right, of course, I'm asking you, the listener, what do you think the PDP leadership should do to address the conflict that is ongoing in the party between the former governor of Rivers State and maybe the governor of Rivers State right now, and also the other governors? Because from the statements that he made recently, threatening to cause crisis in any state where the governor decides to come and interfere in the affairs of the Rivers PDP. I mean, that is something that the other governors are not having right now. And so it's more like they're not happy with him. And they have said, police, please take note. Someone is threatening the peace of our states. So what do you think the leadership of the PDP should do to address this particular conflict? And of course, with me for this conversation is Mr. Leelonu Nwibubasa, who is a PDP member and, of course, the former Rivers State spokesperson for the Atiku campaign organization. So before we went on that break, Mr. Nwibubasa, you said something, and for me, I felt like that was quite heavy to categorically state that the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, is not a member of the PDP, whereas there's not been any declaration of some sort from him, especially saying, I'm denouncing this party. Yes, I remember it was in 2022 that he and some other governors back then came together to form what they called the Integrity Group because of internal wranglings in the party. And at some point, they said they were ready for reconciliation and all whatnot. And today, we're also seeing what's happening. A lot of people believe that he's too deep into what's going on with the APC because I just want to know from you, though, the anti-party aspect of the former governor of Rivers State, Wike. He is also someone who has said that he has no regrets and he has no apology whatsoever for joining the president. And he says he's a man he believes has something to offer Nigerians, and so he wants to work with him. So, but then I want to know from you, of course, you're already saying that you do not think that he's a member of the PDP with the way he's going. But what's your take, though, especially with regards to his relationship with the APC, especially the national APC? Did you hear me?
Your background is okay. It's better now.
Okay, so I was asking, what's your take on the relationship the FCT minister has with the national APC? Well, should I say the president, actually? Because it's not
that it will be difficult for any person to, even the blind person, to not to see the activities which connotes anti-party that has been demonstrated by the former governor. We are all aware that he campaigned for the current APC government against his own political party presidential candidate, and this was a hallmark of anti-party activity. And even in the midst of that, he did everything to rig election in the favor of the current president. It is on record. And as of today,
so you are accusing him of rigging election, or you're saying he
said clearly it's not an allegation. He has said it severally that I did this. You hear when he speaks as if he casted all the votes by himself. So clearly, anti-party activity has been fingered. Now you can also see here in the state where he holds a structure of PDP on the left hand and the structure of APC on the right hand. You are also aware that he ordered the 27 lawmakers to decamp from the party that elected them to parliament, all in the bid to impeach the present governor. Today, those people are working with him, having decamped to APC, and he still claims to be a PDP man. Abba, what else can we say? about the activity of a man who has one leg in APC and one leg in the PDP. If the former governor of Rivers State was still a member of PDP in body, soul, and spirit, will he be able to say that he will put fire in every PDP control states who supports the present government of Rivers State? That is to tell you that everything that he has been covering up, it has come to the point that he can't hide it anymore. His hatred for the party that made him and his determination to ensure that that party crumbles.
Okay, Mr. Nwibubasa, you know, hate is actually a very strong word. But then, in your view, the way the matter is going, I do not think that your party would want this to escalate into a larger political scale than what it is right now. For the call, informing security agencies to take note of what he said, what steps do you suggest or do you think that the security agencies can take in response to this particular concerns raised by the PDP Governors Forum?
Well, first of all, to answer the first concern, the PDP is a party that is already on the ground and needs to fear no fall. The PDP is like a patient with an infested wound that needs not to fear the knife of the surgeon, because that wound has to be clean and cleared and the infection treated before the party can regain its health. And so whatever actions that will be taken, no matter how extreme, it will not bring the party worse. Rather, it will strengthen the internal mechanism of the party and the discipline of the party. And so the people must go ahead and take any action. Now, talking about what we expect security agencies to do. This is not something that is in expectation. We have heard people that didn't make statements like this that have been accused of terrorism. I expected that by now, the DSS, the IGP, without any prompting, would have invited the FCT minister to clarify how he was going to put fire in PDP control states. Is it with petrol? Is it with kerosene? Is it with dynamite? In what way was he going to ignite that fire? This is what we should be expecting. So it's not something we'll be telling the security agency, this is what they know what to do, and they should do it.
Now, for the PDP in Rivers State, how does the PDP intend to maintain its control and influence in Rivers State amidst, these internal tensions?
Of course, the people that seem to tell you that they are in charge of PDP today in Rivers State are not PDP members. At best, we can call them PDAPC. When the real PDP members, led by the leader of the party, His Excellency Sim Fubara, takes over the party structure in Rivers State and control PDP, you will know that PDP is in the DNA of every Rivers man.
Now that brings me to another, it's a question someone asked earlier on, something about who controls the party. Does it automatically fall on the governor, or?
It is automatic. It is automatic. It is a tradition that once we have a governor emerge in any state, he becomes the leader of the party. This happened when every other governor, including the former governor, yes, Wike, was a governor. And so it cannot be different under His Excellency State Fubara.
So with the the disciplinary committee, I mean, today is Wednesday. We were expecting that whatever they're going to do will start today. What's the update on that?
Well, I can't tell exactly. What I know is that invitations have been sent out, and the expectations are that the accused or the invitee will appear before the disciplinary committee, and then, of course, by the procedure of the party, whatever recommendations that they will make will be presented NWC, and then, of course, probably NEC where necessary, and then a decision will now be taken.
Okay. Let's talk about the relationship between Minister Wike and the current PDP leadership. What is it like?
It is unholy. It is transactional. It is indecent. It is more like people working under his whim and caprices. And therefore, such relationship is inimical to the progress of the PDP. And it is clear, we have seen it, we are shouting about it, and that's one of the reasons we have maintained that the current PDP acting national chairman and the secretary must resign, because they have lost all moral rights to continue to lead the PDP because of the way they have related to people who obviously has played antipathy against the PDP.
Now, a lot of people believe that the invitation by the disciplinary committee is such a big deal. Now, for you to say that the leadership of the party has a relationship that is transactional with Minister Wike, so what should we expect from this disciplinary committee?
The disciplinary committee is standing alone, but like I've said, their recommendations will come to other leadership organs of the party. And of course, their recommendations is not going to be Nicodemus or occultic. We are going to be aware of it, and whatever decision that is taken by the implementers of the law, it will either be beneficial to the party or it's going to push the party further down the line in a very bad state. And of course, like we have said, we are poised that whoever is in compromise at any level, including the acting national chairman, the people of PDP, members of PDP all over the country, we will organize mass action to ensure that they resign, to ensure that our party moves forward.
Now, I need you to state it as clearly as possible. What do you expect that the leadership of the People's Democratic Party should do to address this particular issue with the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike? What are you calling for?
The constitution of the party, the constitution of the party spells out different categories of discipline.
Okay.
Depending on what his offenses are. But anti-party activity receives a political party's capital punishment, which involves suspension and expulsion. And so our expectation is that we cannot allow a festering melee in the name of the FCT minister to continue to bring PDP disrepute and bring PDP to this abysmal hopelessness, when Nigerians expected that PDP should play a viral opposition to ensure that we bring hope back to this country. And so expectations are that he should receive such punishment as necessary for such activities as anti-party activities that he has engaged himself in.
Now, for someone that's, with the way you've described him as someone who worked hard to also build the party to, the level it's gotten to. I mean, he has worked hard and he is popular. He's not just anybody. Are there not, there are fears, I believe, that if he is suspended, he might move to another political party, and that would be a huge loss to the PDP.
His presence is already a huge loss to us. His presence cost us the 2023 presidential election. His presence has cost PDP a lot, and so his moving out will be held to PDP and not a loss. And talking about whatever he has done for the party. You see, you are a woman. If you have a baby tomorrow, or you have a baby already, no matter the labor pain you went through, the law does not permit you to kill that baby if that baby offends you. you will be prosecuted for murder. That is the scenario here. Even if it is Governor Wike that gave birth to PDP, which is not, he does not have the right to destroy the party. And in the political party system, truth and justice must prevail. If it does not, then we are not running a democracy.
Interesting.
And so expectations are that no matter whose ox is God, in this process, PDP must be purified.
All right, so he says PDP must be purified. Thank you very much, sir. Please stay on the line. Well, let's get to hear from our listener. What do you think the leadership of the PDP should do to address the conflict within the party? The numbers are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, and 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0007. You can as well send your messages via WhatsApp to 0809-030-6416 or get on for comments right there. We're live, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH.
Concerning leadership position, elected position like the governor, person automatically become the leader of the party. Hello?
We're listening.
Okay. Well, I want to ask him, during when Jonathan was president, between Jonathan and Obasanjo, who was the leader of the party? That is one. Because I also know that this, your guest, also belongs to Atiku camp, and they want everything possible to make sure that Ian Wike is no longer in PDP, based on his power, his control in PDP. And anything that is bringing crisis in the party is based on their own camp. So please let me respond to my question, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Nwibubasa, did you hear the question?
I got his question. Clearly, Jonathan was the leader of the party even after Obasanjo has left. Jonathan remained the leader of PDP. That is the constitution of the PDP. Once you are president or governor, you become the leader of the party in that state. So there is no gainsaying or double standard about that. So that should be very clear. It is enshrined in our constitution.
Okay, let's hear from another person. Chinoye from Omoko. Welcome.
Good afternoon to your guest, and God of you, my sister. The issue in question is very clear. There is no ambiguity. I'm not a member of PDP, but what is happening in the state is touching everybody, every soul. When the governor is under threat, the state is under threat. And today, it's moving the threat to other states, about 12 again, one single person. The truth is this. The guests have explained all is transparent. And what he said has no ambiguity. Governor, both PDP state or PDP state, the conditions were there.
Chino, what I want you to respond to. Can you hear me?
For 8 years. Nobody questions his authority. Today he has brought someone and the person has been elected by the state. He will not allow the person to exercise his franchise, his right as a governor.
All right, thank you very much. So my question is pretty simple, and I would not want us to delve into analysis. My guest has done that part. So you just tell me what you think the leadership of PDP should do to address this issue on ground. Hello, Obina from Irebe. Please go on.
Good afternoon to you, the mega lady.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, you see, anything that one is doing that doesn't have laws or principles is subject to abuse. I think that is the same thing within the membership of any political party. During the 2023 elections, or prior to that time, we saw what the former governor of Rivers State did, which, my own calculation, should be considered as anti-party. And when a member is in a party and you are doing anti-party, there are consequences. But the PDP left the governor, the former governor. They didn't do anything. They didn't drop out. They didn't wear the big stick and, give him the right punishment. And I think that is the reason why this crisis in Rivers State now has grown so many wings.
So you're suggesting they should punish him?
Hello?
Yes. I just wanted to get to the point.
Yes. That is it. Let them give him the adequate punishment because he is the author of the crisis that is happening in Rivers State, and he should not go scot-free.
All right, thank you. Victor from Rumokorosi, go on.
Okay, Constant.
Yes, fast. Please.
Now, it is from APC. Let me start from here. It is from APC government that we start experiencing not respecting.
Hold on, Victor,
now,
please.
I am coming to your question.
No, answer the question straight up. Leave APC. I've asked my question. We don't have time. A lot of people are calling, please.
Okay, now, from your question, you are asking, if PDP, what should PDP do to Wike, or what kind of decision what is the discipline that they should give to Wike? Now, look at it. PDP shouldn't ask anybody, as far as their constitution is concerned, on how to deal with Wike. They're supposed to discipline him. From the first time they took him to court, and the court gave an injunction that they're supposed not to discipline him. What kind of lawless environment we have? Of which PDP themselves, they have their constitution that cover them. Okay, now the people, if you should remember one day I called the Canada Club and I asked him, I said, can you see a scenario when they catch a thief? And it is a thief that is shouting thief. This is what these people are doing.
All right, thank you very much. Isaiah from Buguma, go on, please.
Yes, Constant, thank you very much. Let me thank one of our elder state man in the party, one of the respected persons in the party. I want to say good evening, sir. Yes, he has spoken very well. You can see his words are all his words are very interesting. I want to say that, like Constant, if you are a general overseer of a church, and my presence in your church is to give you problem rather than to fall in line in the whims and caprices of your doctrine, I rather stay out of it and I'm doing a different thing that causes you problem or issues regularly. What do? At a point you'll be tired if you say, even if God will say, question you for asking me to leave, I think it is better you go and face God than to continue to face me. That is what the party is telling me. Yesterday, one of our elder statesmen, Robinson, was in the studio. He told Andrew that Wike should go and form his own party.
Okay, thank you. Hello, Muriel.
Hi, Constance, good evening.
Good evening, go on.
Thank you. This is your Christian woman. Look, Constance, they say it is better late than never. The PDP has woken up. Look, Constance, I said it and I'll say it again. If the PDP expels Minister Wike, nothing will happen. Do you know what anti-party activities is? It's like prison. It's like a citizen of a country committing a treasonable offense against his country. That is how serious it is. So somebody cannot tell me that people should not take out of the word anti-party activity as if it's a child's play. It's as if you're taking what would I call it now? The most important things in your country, revealing the top secret of your country to another country. Something that another country can use to harm your country. That's how serious it is.
All right. Thank you, Muriel. Hi, Jude from Omuma. Go on.
You asked a question. What do you think PDP leadership should do in resolving the matter with former Governor Wike? There's nothing they should do other than to fire him. If he has committed an offense that deserves to be fired or to be removed from the party, they should do that.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Seen many messages. I'm going to just touch a few. Good evening, Constance. The FCT minister and the PDP rom-com is just like the tale of Victor Osimhen and Napoli. The party should let Wike go because he's just there to frustrate the party's efforts. And then Frank from Owerri says, Constance, PDP should sanction Wike or suspend him indefinitely before he forms another party inside PDP. Thanks. Kingsley from Uniport says, to address the internal issues plaguing the PDP, I recommend that the party leadership consider suspending the FCT minister and entrusting the party structure to the incumbent governor of Rivers State, enabling them to assume assume control and implement necessary reforms. Sylvester says, what do you expect to hear from a man who has benefited more than enough from Chief Ian Wike? An ungrateful man will always remain ungrateful. You say I could have also invited Wike Masti's supporter than inviting only an anti-Wike Sylvester. All right, thank you, Sylvester. The call by PDP is weak and a sign of failure. On the other hand, Mr. Wike's threats to PDP state governors are not matter for discussion, as every governor has powers over their area of jurisdiction. They have the constitutional rights to declare him wanted, terrorist, and ban him from such states. I don't think the party can declare someone a terrorist. Please. Good evening, Constance. The only solution to the matter of PDP governors is to suspend Wike from PDP. The anti-party activities are too clear for the people to see. Barry from Gokana. All right, Mr. Nwibubasa, I just want to get your final take, and then I'll let you go.
Well, we want a democracy that will work for Nigeria. And political parties are key players in a democratic regime.
Okay.
And therefore, any person who is working hard to destroy such structures must be marked as a danger to democracy.
All right.
I am saying it again. Nigerian people must mark on Wike as danger to the current democratic experience of Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Leelonu Nwibubasa. Thank you for being on Hard Facts this afternoon. All right.
Thank you.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
Port Harcourt City.